Oh my God, Anita.
Hello, welcome to another edition of the Willie Bragg Show. I'm your humble host, Willie Bragg, and we're going to talk about this notion that's going around where essentially right-wing Democrats who think that they're edgy and progressive, calling those who are legitimately on the left and smearing them as right wing. And it's getting really out of hand. I'm seeing a lot of it coming around lately. And with the likely outcome in November of Republicans taking over the House and the Senate, they're going to double down. They're going to double down against even the left of their team players and vote Democrat, even though they're complaining about Biden doing nothing. They'll go ahead and still blame the progressives. That's just how they do. One of the most famous people in social media that's notorious for this is and I did a video fairly recently, a few days ago, Brooklyn Dad Defiant, a really obnoxious individual. I mean, this guy again, I mean, he basically, he's a right-wing Democrat that accuses everybody to his left as being as right-wing as those to his right, when he is actually right-wing and has actually kind of right-wing sentiment himself. Little snappy little one-liners and zingers on Twitter does not make you edgy, but he thinks he is. The only thing I can say about him is that I'm halfway jealous. He's in New Zealand right now. He had a few things wrong about New Zealand politics. He doesn't know who the hell I am, but I had to go and correct him the other day. So, they call some of these people shit libs. Another such person, considerably lesser known, is Christy Winter. And she did a video a couple of years ago called "While I Will Never Support Bernie Sanders in the Democratic Primary" that kind of went viral, and a lot of people there's quite a few online leftists that basically knocked her down several pegs, as they should have, because she made very dumb, stupid talking points. And so there is another one right now, and she's on Twitter, and she's got a hell of a following. I'm not knocking her down or no jealousy in regard, but she basically had a couple of things that was being said that kind of caught my attention. And so because of that, I felt like I needed to go and comment on her. So that's what I'm about to do. And her name is the Chanteezy Is Real. I'm going to respect her privacy and not mention her real name. It is on YouTube, her real name, but I'm a right to privacy person, and I'm not going to do that. But I am going to critique a video she did that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And it rubs me the wrong way because she gets it so wrong, just like Christy Winter gets it wrong, and just like Brooklyn Dad Defiant gets it wrong. Same damn talking points. And there are others I'm hearing getting it wrong, but apparently she's kind of well known online, so I figure go ahead and let's talk about her. So that's what we're going to do. So that's what I'm about ready to do. So let's get ready, and we will take it from there. So hold on here. Okay. All right. And this is from and she's got some of this on her Twitter channel, Twitter page. So anyhow, give me a moment here. We will set this up, and I will, as I said, comment as she's commenting. So yeah, I guess we're ready. Okay, let's do it.
And to the progressives, the leftists, the Crystal Balls of the world, the Katie Hoppers of the world, the Susan Sarandons of the world, the Nina Turners of the world, and the Marion Williamsons, and the Brianna Grays of the world.
Yeah, every one of them are pretty damn base. I like every one of them. I have a lot of respect. Every one of them individually may have a take or two or a strategy I may disagree with, but they largely get it. And I'm sorry that you can't comprehend what they're trying to say and convey. But we'll let you make your case.
Y'all are responsible too. Y'all need to foot this blame, because y'all kept deterring people to vote for the Dem nominee.
Okay, she is referring to 2016. With regard to the 2016 election, she is blaming these progressive women and other leftists in general for the election of Donald Trump. She was obviously a Hillary Clinton supporter. She obviously did not like Bernie Sanders, and she has no idea about Bernie Sanders, and she gets it all wrong about Bernie Sanders, and she gets it all wrong about Hillary Clinton, because if she knew the real Hillary Clinton, she would not have supported Hillary Clinton, and she would have come to her common sense and would have supported Bernie Sanders within the two-party system, even though he's an independent. And honestly, if she used her common sense while she's sitting there taking a crap on Katie Halper and Brianna Joy Gray and Marianne Williamson and Crystal Ball and Nina Turner for voting for Jill Stein, if she would have used her common sense, she would have supported Jill Stein over Hillary Clinton too. Hey, I voted for Jill Stein myself. I just want you to know. We'll let her continue.
You knew your guy was not going to win the black voters.
Okay. 2016, Bernie Sanders had a rocky start with African American voters for the same reason he had a rocky start with the overall population, a broader population. It's because nobody knew hardly who the hell Bernie Sanders was outside of Vermont, and maybe a couple of cranky leftists, maybe like myself. No need to make a race thing out of this, because while Hillary Clinton was a Goldwater gal in 1964, Bernie Sanders was getting arrested, protesting against segregation. Bill Clinton, when he was running for president in 1992 in the Democratic primaries, stopped on his campaign trail, flew back to Arkansas to oversee an execution of a mentally challenged African-American man, to show to white conservatives and Reagan Democrats, "Hi, I'm Governor Bill Clinton. You see, you white folks, you can trust me. You know, I'm not going to be a liberal like Michael Dukakis and Walter Mondale and Jimmy Carter, or even that George McGovern. I'm not going to be like that. I will execute black people and be tough on crime and step on their civil liberties. You can rest assured." And that's exactly what he did when he became president. And remember, Joe Biden, it was called the Biden Crime Bill in 1994, and was most well known about that Biden Crime Bill. It unfairly and discriminately took African-American men off the streets for petty crimes and incarcerated the hell out of them. It was a racist crime bill. And you're going to go and criticize Bernie Sanders saying, "Oh, well, yeah, the black vote." You have to realize how condescending Bill and Hillary Clinton were to the African-American community. Just because he can play a saxophone on Arsenio Hall does not mean he's a friend of the black community. And just because she condescends with some cultural, virtue signaling, and I don't want to even say things because it's going to sound like I'm making a stereotype. But let's just say that they did a lot of virtue signaling. And you're going to go lecture about Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders was for abortion rights before Bill and Hillary Clinton were. I can guarantee you. Okay, we'll let you take it away.
You knew that. So instead of acknowledging the fact that he lost, you guys decided to bust your vote and vote for Dr. Jill Stein. And because y'all did that, is the reason why we have this bump.
No, it's not the reason why we had this bum. She's referring to Donald Trump as a bum. She always calls Donald Trump the bum. Do I have to repeat why we ended up with Donald Trump over and over again? I will repeat it. And I hope that you catch this video so you can hear me tell you why the United States ended up having Donald Trump as our president. This unfortunate situation. In the year 2015, Bill and Hillary Clinton were friends with Donald Trump. Donald Trump voted for Barack Obama in 2008, and all of a sudden, he was talking about the birth certificate in the year 2012. Do you know who came up with the birth certificate conspiracy theory? It was the Hillary Clinton campaign. It wasn't a bunch of Tea Party rednecks. They came up and exploited the hell out of it when Obama became president. But who invented it was the Hillary Clinton campaign when they were campaigning against Barack Obama in the Democratic primaries. I don't know if you were supportive of Obama or Clinton in the primaries in 2008, but It was a Hillary Clinton campaign that came up with the conspiracy theory about Obama possibly being a secret Muslim born in Kenya. That was who came up with the conspiracy theory. Donald Trump used that in 2012 and questioned the birthplace of Barack Obama, the man who was born in Hawaii. Let me add, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton were very close friends with Donald Trump. And Bill Clinton, I'm sure during a golf game, basically told Donald Trump, hey, I think you should go and enter your name in the Republican primary in the year 2016. Because the thing is that entering Donald Trump's name in the Republican primaries would have, in Bill Clinton's mind, and I can see where he's coming from with this, he figured that Donald Trump would have been a disrupting force, and there would have been no way that Donald Trump could have been the Republican nominee. You know, I mean, he's just too brash, too much like a bull in a China shop. So a little antique shop full of delicate china ware. So it would stand to reason that he would disrupt the Republican Party and would make it very easy for Hillary Clinton to win. But somewhere along the way, Donald Trump stabbed Bill and Hillary Clinton in the back. At the very same time, Hillary Clinton and the DNC were stabbing Bernie Sanders in the back, rigging the primaries and stealing the nomination away from Bernie Sanders. And when Hillary Clinton after she stolen the nomination, and I'm using my words correctly, after she stolen the nomination away from Bernie Sanders, she was too good to go into those 4 states: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Ohio. The 4 crucial states that were taken for Hillary Clinton to win in the 2016 election. And Chuck Schumer didn't care about losing those unionized blue-collar, predominantly white factory workers that have voted for Bill Clinton in the 1990s and Barack Obama twice in both election cycles. Bill Clinton in 92, 96, Obama in 2008, 2012. That some of them started going to Trump, and Chuck Schumer knew that. And Chuck Schumer was like, well, for every blue-collar union worker that votes for Trump, we will gain 4 suburban moderate Republicans. It didn't work out that way. And even if it did, do you really want 4 white moderate Republicans in the Democratic Party to shift the party further right? Oh, I forgot. You're a right-wing Democrat. You smear leftists. I guess you do, actually. So we'll let you go on. But I just basically show you why you are 100% wrong as hell.
And instead of learning from your mistake, you continue to cast blame on the Democratic Party as if they hurt your feelings.
Let me tell you about the Democratic Party, because Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are the reason why the Democratic Party is in the mess that it is. Because prior to Hillary Clinton running in 2016, and prior to Bill Clinton becoming president in 1992, when Walter Mondale lost in 1984 in that 49-state landslide by Ronald Reagan, the Democrats were like, oh shit, I don't think we're going to ever win another election again. So a bunch of conservative Democrats got together and founded the Democratic Leadership Council in 1985. And Bill Clinton took over the Democratic Leadership Council, I believe it was in 1989, he took over, and he and Tony Coelho came up with this idea. Congressman Tony Coelho of California came up with this idea that we don't need union money anymore. We could take union money, but we don't have to listen to the unions. We don't have to listen to the liberal left. We could just take corporate money completely. And the Democratic Party became more corporatized. I have argued that the Democratic Party was Reaganized in the 1990s through the Democratic Leadership Council, and Bill and Hillary Clinton got their fingerprints all over the Democratic Leadership Council, and they're the reason why the Democratic Party is in the messes that is in. So you are blaming the wrong person. You need to be blaming Bill and Hillary Clinton. You do not need to be blaming Susan Sarandon and Crystal Ball and Nina Turner and Katie Halper and Marianne Williamson or Bernie Bros or leftists or whomever you want to crap on.
Last time I checked, nobody wasn't fucking y'all.
No, we just let the Democratic Party fuck over its base just so it can just play second fiddler to the Republicans.
Nobody ghosts y'all. You ghost yourselves. And you kept talking shit about the voters. Calling people low information. That's what the fuck happened. That's what happened. And that's why nobody fucks with y'all.
No. You got it all wrong. Some of the folks you mentioned, they're doing pretty well. And they have good careers and all. And it's going to take a little time to bring this country forward. But if people like yourself that wants to keep the Democratic Party in 1990s Bill Clinton mode gets your way, then the country's going to shift further right, and you're going to end up with a President Ron DeSantis, and we're going to be like fascist Chile, 1973 to the year 1990. I suggest you look up, just go and check up helicopter rides. You will know what I'm talking about. That's what's going to happen to a lot of the people that opposes the right wing down the road. And you're going to help make it happen with this mentality.
That's why Katie Halper lost her gig at the Rolling Stone magazine. Let's see, Crystal Ball lost her gig at The Hill.
Yeah, Crystal Ball's doing pretty well. She destroyed that silly Bill Maher recently.
The Rolling Stone magazine. Let's see, Crystal Ball lost her gig at The Hill. Brianna Gray has not been really hired anywhere.
Brianna Joy Gray's doing pretty well too. She's on Rising occasionally, and she's got a great program called Bad Faith. And I suggest you go and watch it sometimes. It's quite informative. In fact, I was very impressed. He was one of the best people on the Bernie Sanders team as far as I was concerned. And she sounded like Bernie Sanders in his more radical days. So, of course, I like Brianna Joy Gray.
Marianne Williamson is irrelevant, so as Susan Sarandon.
Marianne Williamson, well, she's a good lady, and she's got a lot of good ideas. But I mean, I'm voting third party in the year 2024. I mean, that's just how it is, but I wish her well. I do. I wish her well. And Susan Sarandon, you're going to beat up on Susan Sarandon, but here's the thing. You can beat up on Susan Sarandon all you want, but Susan Sarandon wasn't wrong. You are.
You don't see her in no movies no more, not even on the Netflix made for TV stuff. And Dr. Jill Stein just ran away because we all knew she was a fraud and a liar.
Jill Stein is the reason why Democrats are reluctantly talking about the Green New Deal. They hate talking about it, but it was the 2000. I think it was in 2012 and 2016 where there was all this talk about the Green New Deal, and now Democrats are kind of talking about it, and something that we need to do. If you support the Green New Deal, you better thank Jill Stein and Howie Hawkins and all the activists that made it happen in the Green Party, by the way, having this discussion. If not, then, you support the corporatists plundering our planet.
And a grifter. So they foot this blame too. And for those who are attacking me about coming after them, I came after your queens because your queens were the one that was lying about, the Democratic Party and calling voters like me low information and shills.
Well, you're wrong. That's all I can say. You just been spouting nonsense, just like Brooklyn Dad Defiant, and he spouts a lot of nonsense too, nonstop. So there is that.
So you guys can go and eat a dick.
That's right. Keep it classy.
And Gary Johnson, Evan, what's his name? McCullen, and it's somebody else. And Dr. Jill Stein. Y'all to blame for this too. Even though I put Dr. Jill Stein in the last, she's to blame for this too because y'all ran third party knowing that this man will do all harm to this country, and he did.
Okay. You realize that M. McKellen is a conservative, right? He ran as an independent conservative. He was a never Trumper Republican. He wasn't going to vote for Hillary Clinton. He ran as an independent because Trump was too liberal in his eyes. You realize that, right? Gary Johnson, you realize that he was the Republican governor of New Mexico, right? He ran as a libertarian. If you're going to blame Jill Stein for taking votes away from Hillary Clinton, then with McKellen and with Johnson, don't you think that they probably took votes away from Trump? But you're going to blame all third parties? What? No third party? You think that there ought to be only two parties? Is that what you're saying? If you like the way this country is with a right-leaning, mediocre, status quo corporatist system, I guess you must hate the idea of multiple parties. Of course, I can tell by what you've been telling me for the past, several minutes here. Actually, for the past 3 minutes, but I made it seem longer than that. You had no imagination. Like many Americans.
So thank you, three of y'all. Y'all ruined it for us.
No. What ruined it would be your non-support for Bernie Sanders in the first place. You see, Democrats like yourself not supporting Bernie Sanders is the reason why we can't have nice things in this country. Because the idea that you're scared that the Democrats going too far left would actually mean that the Republicans are going to go and win. Well, guess what? Every time the Democrats go further right, the Republicans go further right, and then the Republicans somehow take over both houses. That's exactly what happened with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton would have lost the 1992 election had it not been for H. Ross Perot, who played the spoiler factor the same way in 1992 that you claim that Jill Stein played in 2016 in favor of Trump. H. Ross Perot actually did in favor of Clinton because many of the voters that voted for Perot, not all, but many of the voters that voted for Perot in 92 would have probably voted for George Herbert Walker Bush. And so Bill Clinton ran as a right-wing Democrat, and the Republicans ran further right. Republicans took over the House and the Senate in 1994, and they pushed Bill Clinton further right, and then the Republican Party went further right. And the Democrats ran a far-right Democratic campaign in 2000, Al Gore and Joe Lieberman, which caused the Republicans Party to have George W. Bush and Dick Cheney. And the country went further right. And then they got fatigued with the bullshit And Obama won by accident because people saw how horrible it was under Bush and Cheney, and they were fatigued with war and the economy going down the shitter. And then, the Republican right doubled down this media smear machine, Fox News, Tea Party people, with the help of Hillary Clinton, as I said, the birth certificate issue, the Tea Party movement, all that. So, I hate to burst your bubble, but I have to tell you the truth.
You read some of y'all comments. Yep, they're clowns. Yes, Dr. C. They lie, spread misinformation. Yep.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it for the time being. So let me just go ahead and do this. So what I'm trying to say is that this is what's been going on, and this will continue. This mindset will continue until we do something to break this cycle. And and Democrats either better get their act together and stop the neoliberal third way bullshit, or you're going to have to do another party. Leftists, you're going to have to do another party. There's just no other way. And really, honestly, I mean, hitting a brick wall right now, and this brick wall just gotta put this to a stop with this, with this neoliberalism. Really do. Anyway, if you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you disagree, well, comment anyway. We'll have a conversation. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it, because we are, in fact, the muckrakers of our time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And remember, I urge each and every one of you to reject we will have more interviews and more fun, as well as hard-hitting news to talk about and subjects to engage in, So until next time, I'm Willie Bragg. Take care.